Hello, my name is Cedric. I'm the head of the Software Technology Lab at Avnet Embedded. Welcome to this new embedded software session. For today's episode, I'm going to show you how using SimpleSwitch you can deploy and render a static website in a web browser directly on an i.mx8 and Plus SMARC module. To streamline this process, as usual, we will use VS Code with its SimpleSwitch plugin. Before we get started, let's enable the remote desktop on the target. Let's go to the documentation and we look for RDP. You can see we need to create a config file on the system, so I just copy paste the different command lines we have here. Then I'll check the IP address and restart the board. The board is booted, so now we can start an RDP client on our computer. If you're using Windows, you can use this one. We connect using the IP address we just saved right before. We accept the certificate and we see the desktop that is on the LVDS display just right here. We can even interact with it, start one of the applications, and it works great. Moving on, let's get started and run VS Code. So here we are, then F1, we initialize a new project. We select one of the SDKs that, for me I have several of them, but that is installed on my system. And now it's sourcing it, which is gonna take a couple of minutes on your computer as well. Then we get to the next box, and where we can pick up the name of the application. We stick with my app, we name the container SimpleSwitch example web, pick up the browser template, and you can leave debug to no, it does not change anything for this type of project. And we are ready to get started with our new project. So as you can see, in the template for that specific type of project, there is an example website that we can already run on the device. So just let's hit F1, then we do package, and then we deploy, which is going to take a little while. Okay, boom, our first application is running on the device, so you can see that on RDP. It uses COG by default in curse mode. That said, let's modify our website, and let's say it's a version 2, so I just change in VS Code, and add 2 to this line. We package, we redeploy, and you can see on the RDP display, on the remote desktop, the title was updated. So let's say you want to debug what's happening. You cannot do that with the browser running on the device. But if you press F5, you can see it's spawning Chrome on my computer, and then you can just use it. It's connected to the same web server, which is running on the device, and you can debug there, use JavaScript, check the files. It's just a different renderer. But it's running on your computer, so it makes it very, very convenient. But now let's try something a bit more real, because in practice the chance is quite low, I guess, that you will write your HTML and JavaScript from scratch. You're gonna use some sort of framework, probably based on Node.js. So as a more realistic example, we are going to use one of the example projects that are available on Avnet Embedded GitHub. If you look for tractor, let's go on GitHub here, and now you look for the tractor demo. And you're going to find a version which is called Tractor Web. It's an example of HMI developed in Vue.js to control a tractor. Such a surprise. So let's clone that repository. Okay. Now we can build this project as a static website using npm. So let's give it a shot. I'm going to do npm run build. And here we are. Okay, that makes sense. Let's install Vue.js first. npm install, add Vue, CLI service. Takes a little while, and then npm run build again, and we're good. Then we replace our demo static website by what we just generated. So we're just gonna copy in VS Code this directory, which is the output of Node.js, and we put it instead of what we had as a website before, like our small example. Then when it's done, we can hit F1, we can package the new website and redeploy. And we're done. You see, it was extremely easy. We just deploy our tractor HMI on the device, and again, it's running in full screen using Cog as a web browser. As you can see, I can interact with the tractor UI. There is some lag due to the remote connection, but if you could look at the display like me, you would see that all animations are just perfectly smooth. So in this session, I showed you how easy and fast it is testing any web-based HMI you would have developed on our modules, because what I showed you would work on Intel, but as well on all the derivatives on ADOT that are supported. If you are looking to test it with Chromium, it is possible as well, but since Chromium is an incubator, the process is slightly different and not as mainstream. So it will be an opportunity for another session. That said, if you are planning to use a web browser to render your HMI, I really highly recommend that you consider Cog. This browser is based on WebKit and it is more optimized than Chromium to run on embedded devices. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed that session, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on LinkedIn so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming episodes. Have a nice day and see you next week!